Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays69. Welcome back to the channel and some Hold My Beer. We have two replays for you today, and both are big carries. The Object 252U and we have the FE4005. Yes, the Object 252U, I previously, not long ago, gave away 61 of these tanks in my big giveaway, the biggest giveaway that we have had on the channel and probably actually in Blitz. So we are watching CS, oh my god, we're just gonna call him CS, Seasun Gorhan from the NX Gen clan. We previously had quite a few of NX Gen, to be honest. They're a great bunch of guys and they all know pretty much what they are doing. So the Object 252U on Winter Malinov Cup. Now this game, I kind of feel sorry for him in a way, because he ended up being about 70 damage. Yes, 70 damage off number one on the Hall of Fame all time. Obviously, if you look at Blitz Stars, they have pretty much seasons for each year, season one, and it changes each, it pretty much just resets each year. But they also have an all-time Hall of Fame as well, pretty much like the highest damage ever done. And yeah, 70 damage, just over 70 damage away. It's a troll tank, it really is. It's still one of the best tier 6s, tier 8s in the game. But I wouldn't say it's completely OP. It can be quite easy to deal with. The lower plate's quite weak, but it's just one of those Russian heavies, you know, the troll armor, and it can be a nuisance. So 900 damage so far. His team are losing pretty much. They're just getting battered. It's 4 versus 6 at the minute, and look at this push on the left side. These light tanks and the medium, these Draculas are really pushing, but ultimately they are going to pay the price because of that push. As you can see, a Dracula is not the easiest. I mean, the Object 252U is not the easiest tanks to come up against when you're in a Dracula. It struggles to penetrate it. Now they have to get out of the way because of the tanks behind, but so far, I mean, the enemy have done a pretty decent job. They rushed, they decided to rush, and it weren't a bad rush, to be honest, but it's just a shame that they end up dying. So it's now a 2 versus 4, him and his platoon mate against 4 tanks. Now he's got 845 block damage at the moment, gets a nice HE shot into the charioteer there. Now the charioteer could cause problems. If he's going to be shooting HE, he could cause problems. He could do a lot of damage if he can get behind, but I think he might even have the stock gun, I believe. And now they've got it down to a 2 versus 3. It's 3k damage, and he has blocked 1.2k damage at the moment, but there is still a full hit point Tiger 2, and there is still a full hit point KV5. Now definitely I would go for the Tiger 2 first, because the KV5, even though it's strong, doesn't quite have the penetration, so he should be able to try and sort of deal with him. But of course, the charioteer, being the speed that he's got, and being a one-shot, was a vital tank to take care of as well. So now I'm not quite sure what this guy's doing. He's trying to pretty much just get his armor, and if you can get in this kind of position, then yeah, of course you're gonna get block damage. The KV5, not quite sure what he's going to be doing. So when you're only on 700 hit points and you've got a heavy tank in front of you and a heavy tank behind you, there is no way that you should be winning this game. Absolutely no way. Now I'm not quite sure what the end result is. I know what the damage is, but I'm not quite sure what the end result is. But so far he has blocked 3,100 damage, and he is continuing to block. But now he is a one-shot. He needs to take care of this Tiger, but by the time he takes care of him, the KV5 would have reloaded. And this is what I mean about troll armor. Even on the side, it is very troll. And now the KV5 has a problem, but it still shouldn't be too much of a problem when you've got the armor like the KV5 has, and the DPM that it's got, and the hit points that he's got. There is no way that this should end in a loss for that KV5, but he's going to continue to fight and he's going to continue to bounce, but so is the KV5. At this point, even the KV5 could start shooting HE and he still should be able to win. But the KV5 has been buffed. The armor profile on the front has been buffed. And just by these bounces, you can see that this tank is actually a very good tank now. You have to switch to the premium ammo to be able to penetrate it. Now, I do need to get an updated review on the KV5 because honestly, I think it is a fantastic tank now. But he's continuing to bounce these shots. 5,000 block damage and 5,000 damage. Now, he almost cost us, he's almost ruined it by all these block damages he's done on the bounces that he's done on the KV5. And I'm surprised that he's got away with it so long. He might not get away with it. I mean, there's still a lot of time left and there's still 910 hit points. And finally, the KV5 has done the right thing in just driving off, creating some distance, but yet he is still bouncing his shots. So nice shot there, 6,300 damage, just 2 more shots to do unless he can high roll. He has a high roll ready. Can he be able to, is he going to be able to clear this guy in with the high roll, or is he going to low roll? Of course he low rolls. 46 hit points left, and now this would be heartbreaking if finally the KV5 pens his shot, but he just completely misses his shot and he's got away with it again. But 6,400 damage. Come on, KV5, don't do it now. Don't do it now. He gets another bounce. Make it count. Take the shot. Hopefully he pens. What a fantastic game that was. 6,800 block damage and 6,800 damage. Absolutely, I love them kind of games where no one can pen each other. It creates just, you know, people like to watch that. But yeah, the KV5, to be honest, should have done better. He should have done much better. But if you look at his stats, yeah, you can understand why he didn't manage to pull this off. But 17 bounces, 29 shots received, 17 bounces. Absolutely insane. So well played, and thank you for sending me that replay in. Next up, we have Kaki in the FV4005. Now, this tank is a good tank when played correctly. I'm not a lover of this tank, but only because I'm not great at playing it, and I'll admit that. Like, it's a good tank. It really is a good tank, but I am not the best of players at driving this tank. Now, for me, the only thing that makes this tank really good is the speed boost. Now, Kaki's not actually running the speed boost on this tank. I honestly, I know it's preference, like it's up to you, but I honestly think running the speed boost on this does give you the advantage, and if you're in trouble, you can get out of there pretty quickly. So I would definitely recommend running the extra speed boost on this tank, because it really does help, and it would have helped later on in the game, but in the end he didn't really need it. So 1,200 damage done so far. Now, he is actually playing it like a TD, which I would recommend because it doesn't have the armor, and also you can run spool liner on this tank. I would also recommend that as well, otherwise people are just going to farm HE at you and they're going to do a lot of damage. Now, I'm not quite sure that Kaki is actually running the spool liner and as well, so that's 2 things that I would personally pick that Kaki's not running. But he's a great player, fantastic player, and if he doesn't like to run it, then I mean, he might find it better not running that and running the extra consumable or the extra repair kit or whatever. Then again, that's totally up to you. This is just what I think and what I run better with this tank. So far 3k damage now. And there goes the first tank. The standard B has fallen, and it is now a 6 versus 7. But the 50 TP is also bleeding his hit points. The 60 TP up there is very low, or at least half his hit points gone. And there goes the grill as well. So it's now a 5 versus 7. They really need to take care of that 50 TP. He's a one-shot, and he can still be a pain. So our guy Kaki is just waiting. He can actually clear this 60 TP. I mean, he's pushing up. Not sure why he's pushing up. He could have potentially just ruined the game for the red team. There was no reason for him to push up when he did. But there goes the AMX. And this is what I'm saying about clearing tanks, clearing lower hit point tanks, because that one shot 50 TP is still causing problems. He's still getting the kills and he's still doing damage. So 4,200 damage. There goes the 60 TP on his team, and it's now now a 3 versus 6, but the Yo is pushing, which means if he takes another shot, he will probably be spotted, and now he's on a reload. Not quite spotted yet. Report 50 TP, not quite sure why, but it's now a 3 versus 6. The 50 TP is being rushed. However, the Yo is losing quite a lot of hit points as well, but now could be the time to start making a move. And I love the fact that he has the Death Star in his sight. He wants to go for that Death Star, and he is going to clear the Death Star with the help of the Waffle. Now, that was absolutely fantastic. He was the most dangerous target because he has the biggest gun and he can do the biggest amount of damage. And now he's going for also the other one shots. He's ignoring the tank behind for now and going for the other one shots. Again, I love that. It's a 2 versus 3. He is totally ignoring the Waffle. Absolutely, just, he doesn't want to know the Waffle. He wants to clear these one shots, and next up is the bat chat. Now, this is where the speed boost would have been a hand, but the Waffle is there for protection. Again, fair play to the Waffle. Both of these guys have actually used their TDs wisely and used them as they are supposed to. They focused, fired, they've gone for the same targets, and these two have played absolutely brilliantly. But the Waffle is now a one shot. However, our guy Kaki has done 7,000 damage. 7,000 damage, and there is still a full hit point Object 704 left to deal with. Now, he's going to get that shot on the Waffle, doesn't quite finish him off. He's going to use the second shell, and now he's got one shell left. Is he going to go for the reload? I would probably go for the reload, but seeing as the Object 704 is pushing, then I think he wanted to save, but now he has gone for the reload. Does take care of the Waffle, so it now is a 1 versus 1, and the 60 TP is not happy at all. So if he's not running the spool liner now, then the Object 704 could potentially clear him with just one shell. But the best thing is the Object 704 doesn't have a turret, and he's not as quick as the FV4005. But 7,500 damage, he's not going to want to end it here. He's going to want this this damage. There's still 1,500 damage left to do. Now, 2 minutes left on the clock. He still has time. And again, this is where the speed boost would have come in handy, as he would have got around here pretty quickly. Now, he's going to hit the reload, which makes the intra-clip reload very, very much lower. And he takes a nasty shot there, 762. Luckily, it still leaves him with 131 hit points. The Object 704 is now just on 61 hit points. And again, this is where the speed boost could have come in handy. But God knows what this guy is doing. He's unable to turn around. I think his driver dead. And that's such a shame for the Object 704. But a nice win there. Fuck you. They weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. But nevertheless, a fantastic win. 9,000 damage and a nice carry there. The Waffle did a pretty good job on the enemy team as well, unfortunately. So did the Object 704 until that very end there. But thank you guys for sending me those replays in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.